Yo, hello, I'm back with another video for you guys, and today's video is on 5 best marksmen to climb high rank. Now these are strictly my opinion, of course, and out of these 5 marksmen, 4 of them has been meta, or like has been used a lot, for like literally since the game came out, right? Or since the champions released. Now all these champions in this list is either S tier or like A tier. So with that being said, number 1 is Early. She's been S tier since her release, and that's for good reasons. She's very versatile, has a lot of mobility, lots of damage, sustain, and she can also block projectiles like basic attacks and other ultimates such as Dodgy Ult or Dodgy Stun, things like that. Then on number 2 we have Long, another great marksman who is safe pick in almost like all scenarios. He has crowd control, good sustain, and very high damage mid to late game. You can pretty much one-shot any squishy targets if you play him right, and if you combo him right. He also has a good ultimate with like complete immunity, so if you ever think you're gonna die, you just tap your ult and then you fly away pretty much. They can't kill you. And number 3, we have Marco Polo. Now, he's like one of the most annoying marksmen. It's really hard to kill him if someone plays him properly. And he does true damage as well. Very mobile champion. His ultimate is very strong too if you can fully land it, because it does like a bunch of true damage if you have some of the stacks from your first ability or just by basic attacking. For Marco Polo, it only takes like one good ultimate for him to win the team fight. So you gotta be like really good with him. And he's like highly picked in high rank and peak rank as well, so that's why I put him on the list, and of course I play him a lot too. And number 4 we have Lady Sun. She's been one of the best marksmen since her release too. She does high burst damage and has a good sustain. She also has good mobility and range to like poke the enemies down from like a far away. And late game you just basically one combo like the squishy targets, so that's pretty OP I guess if you can get to late game, which shouldn't be a problem because she wins early game too pretty hard. But I guess it depends on your playstyle. And then number 5 we have Shoye. Now he's a long range marksman. His attack speed and mobility is usually like slower compared to like other marksmen in the early game, but that's because his basic attack damage is higher. But once you have 2 items, your attack speed gets faster, and you mainly want to like build a crit and attack speed on him. His second ability range is really high, so you can just sit under the tower if you really need to play safe and just snipe the minions to farm up. I would say don't try to snipe too much unnecessarily, because then you won't be able to use your ultimate when you need to, I guess, since he uses like bullets and you only have 3 stacks of those bullets. So whenever you like use your second ability or your ultimate, it consumes like one of the stacks. So, you know, there's like a cooldown period, of course, but yeah, you just want to be careful with him, like have good positioning and stay backline. Basic attack most of the time. Don't try to snipe too much, because I see a lot of Shoye players, they'll just try to snipe, which is not good, because he got reworked and most of his damage comes from like his basic attack now. So you just want to get to late game as soon as possible, like farm up, I guess. So those are the 5 champions that are like heavily used in current meta, or has been meta for a long time in Chinese server as well. And lastly, in honorable mentions, now I know I said 5 champions, but I have 2 other that I wanna, mention in this video, which is Consort Eve and Direnji. Consort Eve is one of my personal favorite, and in my opinion, I think she deserves a spotlight because her second ability blocks all physical damages. And the other one is Direnji. Now he has a very safe laning phase. He doesn't really win the lane, he doesn't lose the lane either, but he shreds tanks. So most of the time in group fights, he's really good, especially mid to late game. He has like a lot of damage and a lot of AoE. So that's why I put him on the list. He's also picked a lot in like competitive scene. So this is why I put him here. But that's pretty much it. We have our 5 top champions and then 2 other honorable mentions. And I'll see you guys in the next one.